This is Devil May Cry 2, a 2003 release for the PlayStation 2 from Capcom. And it's well known that this is not the most popular, well-accepted game in this series. But Dante, don't jump yet, it's not that bad. Oh, that's right, he can do that. Look, this game isn't as good as the first one, not even close. But it's not a god-awful mess either. Devil May Cry 2 does have some redeeming qualities, but do not expect it to be anything like the original in terms of atmosphere or creativity. The gameplay is relatively similar, which is why it's a fun, playable experience, but the storyline is immediately forgettable, the backgrounds are disinteresting, and the music doesn't stand out either. Basically, Devil May Cry 2 suffers because the first game was so damned good. Maybe it's to the designer's credit that they didn't try to recreate the first game, but nobody will ever thank them for that, because it feels very generic and uninspired in comparison. At times, it's as if this game wants to be Tomb Raider instead of Devil May Cry. But enough down with DMC2, let's talk about what's good. You get multiple playable characters. Dante and Lucia, who, like the storyline, is immediately forgettable. She's like a clone or something, who cares? But this gives you multiple ways to play the same game, because Dante's story and her story are different, and the way that they approach levels is also different. So in effect, you're getting two completely different ways to play the same game, and that's kind of cool. So yes, this game falls short of the original, but it does pack a ton of gameplay, and some exciting unlockables, like a new outfit for Lucia when you beat the game from Diesel. Wow, I ran right out and bought the exact same outfit, and it didn't really fit me. Like the first game, you have two different kinds of weapons, ranged weapons like guns or knives in Lucia's case, and swords. You also collect orbs and upgrade your health and weapons as you play through the game. And if you like button-mashing action games that are none too complex and don't require a lot of memorization, you'll like this one because you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. In fact, you can eliminate most enemies just by shooting them. As I'm recording this, you can pick up Devil May Cry 2 on the PlayStation 2 for next to nothing, since fans of the series don't really like it. I'm playing this off of the Devil May Cry HD collection, available for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, allowing you to play for trophies and achievement points if you're into that. And it's not uncommon for the sequels of really big, groundbreaking games like Devil May Cry to fall short, because people expect a lot. And while this one may have landed 1 or 2 miles off course, it still plays like Devil May Cry. Veterans will definitely want to increase the difficulty level, and don't expect any really interesting boss battles, because you won't find any, but do expect lots of button mashing and grinding. I think that anyone watching this show has certainly played a game where afterwards you're like, I want my several hours back. And I don't think this game falls into that category. The first Devil May Cry is a tough act to follow. And they tried something different with this game, it just didn't really work. As well, if you like this genre and enjoy the gameplay, you may dig a playthrough of Devil May Cry 2. If you're highly critical and love the first game, you'll find a lot of faults in this one for sure. But I would not let this game deter you from enjoying the Devil May Cry HD collection if you've been eyeing that one up. And if anything, while you're playing it, if you find it a bit monotonous or disinteresting at times, you can remind yourself that it can only go up from here, because Devil May Cry 3 is certainly an improvement.